My name is Jeremy. Welcome to Iron Deck, and I am taking Reanimator for another spin. I love this deck. Not a lot new to say about it. It's the same list. I believe it is EW Landon's list from Magic Online. Once again, if you want to be the best, do what the best do. And I believe this is his list. I don't know if this is his current list. This is one he trophied with, and he's the best Reanimator player. So follow his example. Just a quick rundown of the deck. You're trying to get one of these massive creatures into play as unfairly as possible, throwing into the graveyard with either Entomb or Faithless Looting, or in some situations, unmasking yourself. Unmask is a card that takes a card out of someone's hand, and you can pitch a black card like Force of Will, and then you reanimate it. We've got Sarah's Emissary, which turns off everything, or whatever you choose, I should say. It'll give you and creatures you control protection from a card type. You've got Archon of Cruelty, who has a wall of text. The main purpose of this card is to get around Caracas and be some creature removal once in a while. Chancellor of the Annex, if you reveal it before the game starts, it force spikes the first thing your opponent does. And Grief is another card you can pitch. You can evoke it, rather, to take a card out of your opponent's hand, and then you can reanimate Grief. So this deck is great. It's lightning fast. You're bringing stuff back with Exhume, Animate Dead, or Reanimate. You've got Dark Ritual to make things faster. You've got Lotus Petal because we're trying to go as quickly as possible. In the sideboards, you've got Silence to shut off counter decks. Potentially be a Time Walk here and there. Serenity to wipe out artifacts and enchantments because the main thing that kills you are those, aside from counters. Echoing Truth, probably for Merit Lage. I'm sure there's situations where you bounce the Leyline of the Void with this as well. Show and Tell out of the sideboard, a little bit of a juke. Coffin Purge, which you can entomb to mess up the mirror match or any decks that use their graveyard. Very Macabre is also useful in the mirror because it gets around Chancellor of the Annex. It's just a ability of the card to exile two things. And then Wear and Tear, which allows you to blow up pesky enchantments and artifacts as well. Like I said, that's the thing that really screws you up. That's the deck. Let's see how I do. See you in the matches. All right, here we are with match 1 on Reanimator. I'm playing against Giancarlo Belloc. I'm on the play. I'd love to play first. Belloc, like the villain from the first Indiana Jones movie. All right. Oh, well, I mean, this is the dream. I'm going to reveal Chancellor. Then I'm going to... They started with 7 cards in hand. I'm going to play Underground Sea. Cast Dark Ritual. Entomb. I think I'm just going to Entomb Gristlebrand, not knowing what they're up to. And then I'm going to cast Animate Dead on Gristlebrand. That's all turn 1. Good stuff. Gristlebrand is here. Let's pay 7 life. No fast mana. No discard. I'm going to do this again and see what they're up to. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. No fast mana. No discard. Holy crap. Well, pass the turn. What a promising start into complete garbage. Okay, discard that, discard that, discard a Faithless Looting, discard this land, Animate Dead, Dark Ritual, and Exhume. Another Faithless Looting. Wow, what a hellacious whiff. Well, they've still got to play around Oh no. Oh my gosh. This is turn one into watch. They're just gonna go turn one as well. What a beating. Maybe not. Okay. Wow. All right. Upkeep. Let's begin combat. Definitely going to attack first. Knock them to 12. We go to 12. Symmetry. Okay. So I'm bringing something back. What am I bringing back? This is a Lion's Eye Ancient Tomb deck. So maybe I will give everything protection. Actually, maybe I'll just Chancellor. Yeah. Okay. That should have been a Faithless Looting. Already on the punt train. I think I can just do this. Ooh, this gets rough if my opponent can drop a creature into play. Whatever. I guess I can pick Sarah's Emissary if they... No, I want Chancellor and just slow them down if they're on some storm stuff. Okay. I don't really know what my opponent is up to. I feel like Serenity will be okay. Do I want this? And then maybe a Coffin Purge to snatch a Echo of Aeons. I think I can pull a Grief. I think I can pull a Chancellor or two. I think I want Gristlebrand. And maybe it's... I do want one Chancellor to stay in there. Let's go like that. Maybe I want a second Chancellor more than I want a Grief. Yeah, let's try that. It could be that I'm supposed to take a Reanimate spell out, but I don't know. We're about to see. I don't think this was the show and tell move. I don't know, because I don't know what they're doing, but they chose to play first. This is a double Chancellor hand, and then I can bring a Chancellor back. They mulliganed. I'm going to keep this. Chancellor might be good enough to get it done. Yeah, I can unmask myself and get a Chancellor into play. Double Chancellor. I mean, this kind of dumpsters whatever their first play is if they want to act on the first turn. They started with 6 cards in hand. They are just passing. Okay. I mean, that's good. Now I don't have to go with Chancellor, right? I can swamp. I guess I play Lotus Petal first. I can Entomb and then Exhume. I mean, we're doing the same thing, right? Oh, no. Okay. I'm going to Entomb. I'm going to... I think I just get Gristlebrand again. Okay. That was a quick one. What is that? 3, 4 total turns of Magic? Well, match 1 in the books. Let's go to match 2. All right, here we are in match 2. We are on the draw facing Mana Handler. Great name. Yeah, this is what we're trying to do. They begin the game with 7 cards in hand. So do we. We can Grief and then go for our move. All right, draw. Everything's coming up Millhouse. So I pitch a Grief. I'll cast this, I guess. I don't know if that's the right move, but whatever. We're going to cast a Grief, pitching a Gristlebrand. Yep. Let's see what they are working with. If you're going to have a counterspell, just have one. Holy Toledo. Look at this. We are playing against Sneak and Show. I think... I mean, do I just take Show and Tell? I can't take Gristlebrand. They can try to daze me, but that won't work. So I don't even think I'd take that. I think I'd just take Show and Tell and stop them from getting their own Gristlebrand in play, right? Yeah, that feels right. Okay. So I go Dark Ritual, Entomb. So we know they have Show and Tell. It's always just Gristlebrand, right? Yeah. Yep. Okay, it's Gristlebrand, and then I Exhume. We're playing around their days here. I will have a Gristlebrand, thanks. I will draw 7 cards, and hopefully this time get to work on their hand. Not so much. Okay. Do I just... well, I can't reanimate, and I'm not going to play into days, so... Let's just... I guess I could... No, I'm not playing into days. I've got a Gristlebrand in play. I discard. I'll put an Archon of Cruelty in the graveyard. So they play the Valk. That's gone. They drew something. Pass the turn. Like, they have a sneak attack, so this can get hairy. That helps. I mean, I am going to attack. And then draw again. They go to 13. I go to 20. Let's draw again and see what they're up to. I guess it's another Grief. Cast by exiling the black spell. We can get rid of another Gristlebrand. And here, depending on what I see in their hand, I can decide whether to... Okay, so they drew a volcanic island. That stinks for them. I think I can just take... Ooh, do I take Gristlebrand now? I think I take Gristlebrand now. Because if they get sneak attack, I don't want them to be able to, like, hit a... I don't know what they could hit, but I know Show and Tell can do some wild stuff. And I think I can safely reanimate the Archon, take 8, go to 5, go to 8, or do I just keep going after their hand? I think I'm going to make the Archon happen. Okay. Going to game number 2 against Show and Tell. I also have Show and Tell. I don't know that that's great. Okay. Show and Tell is a surgical extraction deck. So I could put... Maybe it's Silence. Or maybe it's just I don't board. Is that crazy? I mean, Fairy Macabre can stop them from exiling my stuff by exiling it. That doesn't seem great. Maybe it's a couple Echoing Truths. I could get behind that. I mean, this deals with Omniscience, but I don't know if I care about that. Maybe... I don't know if I want Silence. Maybe I do want Silence. I pull 2 Chancellors for the Echoing Truths. Maybe Exhume is what I don't want. Maybe I can pull this. Maybe I'll go with 1 Echoing Truth and 2 Silences. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't even know if I should be boarding. There's a good chance that you just leave as is. Like, Show and Tell is the one that has to be a little bit worried here. Because I can snatch one of their creatures and reanimate it. I don't think this goes fast enough. This is very similar. Yeah, I'm going to keep this, though. I think I can put a land back. Is that crazy? No, it's a Lotus Petal. I'll put the Lotus Petal back. I don't think I'm doing anything on turn 1. Opponent kept 7. They've got some blue. All right, so I can pitch Grief and take something out of their hand and then potentially reanimate Grief. Or I could unmask myself. Should have kept that Lotus Petal. Because I can play around. I could have played around Daze. Now I can't. So I'm definitely going to play a land. And I think I Grief them. Maybe I wait to Grief them. Because what am I doing with my mana? Nope, I'm going to wait. So I think by waiting, it lets me next turn silence and then go for the moves. Okay, that's not a City of Traders or Ancient Tomb plus Show and Tell. Plus, they have to be a little bit leery because old Gristlebrand is hanging out with me too. Okay. Show and Tell doing what Show and Tell does, which is cantrip like crazy. They did not shuffle their library, which makes me scared. Okay. Well, we're starting off... Actually, we're starting off playing another land in case I get dazed. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to play it. Okay. Silence. Force. Pitching Omniscience. I think now is the time that I can... I can Entomb Reanimate. So maybe I pitch Unmask to Grief. Because I pitch Gristlebrand to Grief. Because I can Entomb. Right? That's probably better. Take away their ability to make war here. As best as I can. Show me something good. Okay, let's see what they've got. Emrakul, Daze, Lotus Petal. Oof. Okay, they didn't shuffle, which scares me. Because if their next card is Show and Tell. So do I just take the Emrakul? I think I take the Emrakul. Is that nuts? I'm going to take the Emrakul. They can shuffle. Okay, so we know they have Daze, Lotus Petal, and Valk in their hand. Valk is gone. Daze is still there. I guess the best thing I can draw now is Mana Source. It's a Mana Source. So I can Entomb. Or I could reanimate the Grief. Just take another card out of there. That's not right. Going to get Gristlebrand. Hope to not get stifled. Grab a Badlands. Cast Reanimate, targeting Gristlebrand. There he is. I think I can safely draw 7 here to just go at my opponent's hand a little more. We know they have 1 unknown. I don't think I'm casting Reanimate again. Hey, it's Emrakul again. Let's take Emrakul again. Shuffle. Oh, I get to play a land? Okay. Probably the wrong land. Whatever. So they have Daze and Lotus Petal in hand. There's nothing they could have drawn there outside of a cantrip that can change things that radically. Another Entomb. I think I can begin combat here. Hope that they're not going to bounce this back to my hand somehow. All right, they're at 11. I'm at 10. I could just reanimate or animate Dead Grief and keep a close eye on what they're doing. So let's do that. A Gristlebrand. I'll take that. So what I'm essentially doing is staying one turn ahead of a combo that needs the enabler and the payoff. So any of these draws they have that could have drawn show and tell or okay. So we're 2-0. To finish what I was saying, anything that they could have drawn if they have a Gristlebrand or Emrakul in hand, if they draw the show and tell, if they draw the sneak attack, then they can get their payoff, their big terrifying creature in play. And I want to stay one step ahead of that, which we successfully did. Good game to my opponent. I love the name Mana Handler, and I will see you in match number 3. All right, match 3. I am on the draw. I am playing From Mars to Sirius. Cool name. I also like that avatar. This is what we're looking for. They begin the game with 7 cards in hand. Let's see what we're up against. We have a little bit of protection. It's a blue deck in the form of Unmask. I think I play a Polluted Delta here. Do I unmask now and give away what we're up to? I guess I can unmask. I probably wait until I only have 1 Entomb. Let's unmask. Do I unmask? I'm going to unmask. I guess I can do this all in 1 turn. So I'm not going to unmask. Meaning I can unmask them, take any kind of interaction or hope to take any kind of interaction, then Entomb, reanimate on the same turn. The argument for doing it now, I guess, would be I could unmask when they have seen less cards and then immediately Entomb, because Entomb is the things that put cards into your graveyard are more important typically in Reanimator than the cards that actually reanimate, because there's less of them. There's 12 cards that reanimate and 8 cards that put stuff in your graveyard. Am I about to get Doomsdayed? No, not with a Windswept Heath, right? Windswept Heath. Is this some kind of Dark Depths? Oh, 72 cards in hand. This is, I didn't even see Yorion pop up. This is going to be one of the new Yorion piles. Dark Confidant. Fair enough. I think given this, I'm still not going to do it at the end of turn, Entomb, just because I don't want to get blown out. I think there's no harm in waiting here. There's a Gristlebrand. So I'm going to unmask. I'm going to play a land. I'm going to unmask my opponent. Pitching one of the reanimates. Or is it the animate dead? I think it's the animate dead. So with black, blue, white, and green, we are looking for... Oh. Jeez. Okay, so crop rotation gets Caracas, which we can't deal with right now. Sudden Edict gets Gristlebrand. So I think what I have to do is... Do I take Sudden Edict? I think I take crop rotation. I Entomb. Let's see what my opponent's working with. Okay. I grab a Badlands. I grab, I guess, a Swamp. Doesn't really make that much of a difference at this point. Going to Entomb. I could get Archon of Cruelty and just, I could also make, no, what am I doing? Don't get cute. Put a Gristlebrand into play. Yes. I've taken the crop rotation, so I think that's okay. And then Reanimate, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm about to go to 3. But I think I have to. This deck. Okay, hold on. Before I start losing it. I actually have something going on here. This. I don't have another way to reanimate, but I do have a Faithless Looting, which I will do. Okay, so I can pitch Sarah's Emissary, a Gristlebrand. I can get rid of another Gristlebrand. Nope, I'm not casting. I can get rid of another Gristlebrand to get rid of the Sudden Edict. And now we're just living in fear of Swords to Plowshares. Or anything else that can do 3 to me. Like, as far as I know, this. Okay, Mox Diamond. Sudden Edict is gone. There. They have 4 cards in hand. They have 5 cards in hand. Their draw for turn. Please don't be Caracas. Mox Diamond. Pitching Yavimaya. They have 3 cards in hand. Don't be Caracas or Swords to Plowshares. Another Dark Confidant. Okay. So we know what our opponent's working with. I am not going to get greedy. I guess I could have Entombed, but I don't want to. Chancellor of the Annex. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to Faithless Looting. I can Exhume here, so let's put both of those away. What can I bring back? What can't I bring back? Sarah's Emissary. I can also, well, we're going to play a land. We're going to attack. Go to 10, take my opponent to 11. And I think I want an Archon, despite all of this excitement in my graveyard. Maybe I just want Sarah's Emissary, and then I make myself protection from instants. Maybe that's the move. All right, well, let's find out. They don't have anything they can do, right? Okay. So we're going to Exhume, and we're going to put Sarah's Emissary in play, and we're going to make it protection from instants. So we're hanging in there. And by hanging in there, I mean we're very, very much ahead. The Sylvan Library, Wasteland, and a card we don't know. So Swords won't get us. Caracas will get us. I don't know what else the 66 cards could be, but let's find out. They're dead on board, so. Okay, we're going to game number 2. I have no idea what my opponent sideboards. We know they're Swords. We know this is a 4-color Yorion deck. I don't think I care about the graveyard. Is it some of this? Maybe. I think I want. I have to assume maybe Rest in Peace. They have so much going on. I just have no idea. So I'm going to grab some Wear and Tears, some Serenities. Let's see what I'm cutting first. I think I can cut 2 Chancellors. I think I can cut a Grief. I could cut an Exhume because they have creatures that could mess me up. Maybe it's just a Gristlebrand. Is that crazy? I don't care. I'm going in. Okay. Yorion, the Sky Nomad, is here. I am looking at a first turn. I'm going to keep this. They mulligan to 6. I'm going to keep this and just try to go lightning fast. Mulligans to 5. Okay, this is a good start to things. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. They begin the game with 5 cards in hand, essentially 4 cards in hand. But I do not have a lot going on now until I get to one of my pieces of enchantment interaction. Exhume is not going to do it. So I go Verdant Catacombs, and we're hanging out. Do I want to try to... I don't think I need to pick their hand apart. We're both in a rough spot. Maybe. Maybe they're in a great spot. Okay, good to know. So I've got to be very careful of my white mana here. Just keep making land drops till we can hard cast Gristlebrand. Or I guess hard cast Grief, which is something. Okay, we are always at risk for Bajuka Bog, I guess. They've got a lot of their colors lined up. Baleful Strix gets into play. They pay for the Chancellor trigger. This blanks most of my stuff forever. Okay. Give me some hate. That's not hate. However, I do have the opportunity to grab some stuff out of their graveyard, which might be worth it. So let's cast this, choose them, get rid of Exhume. Ooh, okay. So let's put that in their graveyard and then reanimate it with a basic swamp. We're going to destroy the Leyline of the Void. So I should have used Grief. I should have used Grief. So we know they have Teferi, Sudden Edict. They can bounce this back to their hand with Teferi. I can take Teferi by pitching this. Huh. As much as I hate to lose Gristlebrand, I think I just want to take all of their stuff. So let's do this. Let's get rid of Gristlebrand. Let's bring him in here. Choose my target opponent. I know Sudden Edict gets one of these creatures, but I kind of want that's a fairy. Oh, I get to take both because this happened once on the way down, and then when I animate it, it happens again. So I take Teferi. I have to play right into this wasteland, which kind of sucks. I guess I don't. Oh, I don't need to. Okay. Then I take that. And I guess I do need to play into it. Let's go back and forth. Grab an Underground Sea, because I don't care if that gets wastelanded. That's not a good decision. I should have got the mana color I needed. But whatever. Here comes Grief. It's a pretty good turn for us. Yep. Our opponent pitches Sudden Edict, and we'll call that a pretty successful turn. Now I have nothing going on, and my opponent probably has nothing but heat they can draw. However, got to do what I can do, right? Savin's Reclamation. Yep, no problem with that. Thespian Stage. Uh-oh. Yorion's in hand, so I am on a clock. So this is not good for me. Do I just get this Strix out of play? This would give this back to them, and then Exhume doesn't make sense. So let's hold that back and just go with this. Their one card in hand is Yorion. Sylvan Library, can't do anything about that. That has the capability of just running me down. I mean, drawn all right. Oh. Here we go. Attack with all creatures. Yep. Those both die. That comes through. I reanimate the Knight of Autumn. This card's doing work for me. I will destroy target artifact or enchantment. Grab the Sylvan Library. And pass a turn. So Yorion's still hanging out in their hand. 2 cards in hand. My Exhume is very bad. All right. So we have taken match 3 on a clean 3-0-6-0. I will see you for match number 4. All right, match 4. We are on the draw against PC Kenken. What do we have here? This is not good enough. We don't have a reanimate spell. We do have an entomb. They begin with 7 cards in hand. I don't think I want to try to draw out of that. This is a million times worse. Yeah, I got a mulligan to 5. Okay. So this I can keep. I put this away. Man, I would love to keep... I'm recording. Did you see the other text? Okay, I sent you another text. So I'm going to put reanimate and grief away and just try to reanimate twice. Or do I just go for it whole hog on the first turn? I think I just go for it whole hog. Put both reanimates away, done. And we'll see what they're up to. Oh God. I mean, that's almost worse than a chalice. Oh my God. What do I do? What do I do? I mean, play that. I can never get around this. Can I get around this? I can exile a Grizzlebrand. Yeah, I'm going to grief them, exile a Grizzlebrand to see if this spurns some action. It probably won't. Oh my God. Okay. This is not going to go well for me. Okay. I mean, one of these is coming down next turn. I guess I can put them in a situation now. I can't. I have to get Swamp here, obviously. I guess I take Magus? So if I mean, what does that do? What I'm thinking here is I can... How the heck does this work? I can Dark Ritual and Tomb, but they don't have to target until... I think I just wait. Do I wait? Maybe they'll do it early. I mean, if they crack this early, or rather tap it early, I'm going to town. But I wouldn't think they have a reason to do that. So I'm thinking I could animate their Magus. That doesn't do a lot, but it's something. So, I think I just have to wait. Yeah. Okay. So that happens. Very careful not to F6 here, so I don't lose my basic swamp. Okay. That's fine. That goes away. Hopefully this isn't like a Trinisphere. Okay. Crack that. Go get a basic swamp. I think I have to entomb at the end of the turn to make them do something. Like they're taking whatever I play, so, or whatever I put in the graveyard. So I think I just put like Sarah's Emissary in there. They played Blood Moon, they played Mountain. They have 3 cards in hand. Oh, I must have, yeah, hit these. Oh, it's a double card. Damn it. Okay. We know they have 2 Shadow Skull Smashings, an Ancient Tomb. I take 1. I still cannot target anything because they will just snap it up as they're going to do here. Yep. You take those. I'm just living in fear of a creature here. All right. We know that they have Ancient Tomb and an Unknown. There's Gristlebrand. I guess I'm on the hard cast mode. That doesn't seem great. Yep. Pass it up. They're going to be back at their sweet spot this turn, playing an Ancient Tomb. The 3-mana sweet spot. Yep. Legion Warboss. Well, well. Ain't that a bummer? Oh, why would they? They would never want to attack with the Hearse. Okay. I have nothing to do with instant speed, so let's go upkeep. None of this is great. Do we make them? No. Why would I do that? Okay. We're just passing. This feels like the show and tell match to bring in show and tell. Maybe not. I don't know. Man, I am just cold to this card. Magus of the Moon. All right. Yep. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think there's anything I can draw here that, I mean, they're giving me a brief. No, I don't think there's anything I can draw here. I think if I would have held that discard that took away Shatter Skull Smashing that didn't matter, I may have been in a better position to be able to. I mean, I can't reanimate anyways, so yeah, okay. So let's go to game 2. All right, so what do we want? We definitely want this. We definitely want this. And I think we want all of this. So what does that look like? Chancellor seems not as good. I'm not scared of their first turn. Or I'm not scared of their turn 0 interaction. I think I can... what do I pull? Maybe I take a Lotus Petal out. 6 cards. Maybe Echoing Truth is not where I want to be. Pull a Grief. Trim a... Oh, I'm trimming a lot of my threats now. 3 more cards. Maybe Exhume. Exhume is untargeted. So that... Is it crazy to take a Reanimate out? Maybe it's an Animate Dead. And... Do I need all of this? Probably. Maybe it's 2 Animate Deads. Am I overthinking that? I'm going to trim and Exhume. Okay. We would love to be on the play. How fast can this go? 1 turn too slow. Or is it? Grief them on turn 1. I'm going to keep this. They're considering their mulligan here. Huh. They mulligan to 6, mulligan to 5, mulligan to 4. This seems like a search for the ley line. So if this was an unmask, I'd be able to pitch my own Gristlebrand and reanimate it, or Archon. Given that it's not, I'm going to... Do I want a Faithless here? I think I want a Grief. And I'm going to exile... Does this matter? They're both the same mana cost. I'm going to pitch Archon. And just Grief them. And hope to get something into their graveyard that I can reanimate. like a Goblin Rabblemaster. Oh, you idiot, Jeremy. Why would you do that? Just punt central things. Just punt central things. I think I have to go basic swamp despite that. And I reanimate this and I leave damage on the table. Because I click through it. So they have Den of the Bugbear and Chrome Mox. Den of the Bugbear is gone. They have Chrome Mox and one unknown. I can't believe I did that. Good times. Okay, another Archon. Let's try to be sensible this time and attack with our creatures that can attack. Unbelievable. Attack with all creatures. This is a pretty fast clock. I think knowing their hand, I should have fetched for something better. Okay, we took that one with a cheeky little stolen Rabblemaster that I left some value on the table with. Oh, let's see. Show and Tell is good. Definitely want these. I can see I want an Echoing Truth potentially. Do I ever trim a Faithless Looting? No, that's one of the ways I get stuff into the graveyard. But I am on the Show and Tell plan. Despite Grief being the reason I won that game, maybe I think I just pull another Chancellor. I mean, screwing them, now that I think about it, screwing them up on turn 1 is important. Oh my god, this is just all kinds of protection. I mean, if they have a creature on turn 1, it kills me. If they have a Blood Moon on turn 1, it kills me. They began the game with 7 cards in hand. Be aggressive. I'm mulliganing. Okay. This does still have this happening. Okay. We can assume that they have Leyline. I can deal with the Leyline here. I can deal with the Leyline through some hate. Please be the Hearse. Chalice on 1. That doesn't hurt me that badly. Unless they play a Chalice on 0, in which case I am dead to rights. Okay. This seems like it's going to be pretty good. So this, and this. Oh, hold on. Could I be? No. Okay. Serenity. Let's hope they don't have a move for Serenity. I mean, I do get shut out of the game with a Blood Moon here. Goblin Rabblemaster. I bet my opponent will remember to swing with it. Okay. So we are racing. And it is not a great race for me. Unless I can get this Griselbrand into play. I think my best draw here would be a black land. Serenity. Boom shakalaka. Land? No. But we still got to get this going, so do this. No land. Let's put one of each. And then pass. So next turn, provided they don't get another Chalice or a host of other things, I can reanimate one or the other. Probably Griselbrand. Do they play Caracas? I don't know. A lot of mana. Ah, it's the Hearse. This is going to make it hard. Probably impossible. Oh, gosh. Oh, okay. It's just the raw Simian Spirit Guide. So I'm taking 4, 5, 6, going to 13. My opponent has nothing in hand. My best draw here is, I don't know. I guess it would be another reanimate spell. No. It needs to be a bunch of things. Do I live? So I pitch Dark Ritual. I think first things first. Oh, man. I think I have to Faithless Looting. Right? Before I do anything. Well, there's some lands. Guess I drop this one. So if I put Gristlebrand in the yard, I can't target anything. I can't put Dark Ritual away. And I take 3, 8, 9, 10, and they can. Oh, this hasn't done anything yet. They have nothing in hand, so I can't do my cheeky little steal move. Maybe I can unmask myself, but that doesn't do anything because I can just take it all. I could Dark Ritual to Faithless Looting again, leaving 1 black up. Is that my line? So I pitched this and Gristlebrand. That doesn't make sense. I made a terrible decision because I have to be able to. Okay, I have to be able to cast the Faithless Looting, which I can't do with the Dark Ritual. I need both lands. Yeah, I made a mistake there. I don't think I can win this, but they take 2 of my creatures here. So I do have an Archon. They'd be crazy to attack with that. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this wasn't great. I felt pretty good with that Serenity, but I feel like that's a good game to my opponent. Well, I can Faithlessly Loot. Dark Ritual. Oh, I can't use Reanimate, but whatever. Let's try it. That's not it. So I do this, and then I do this. Farewell, opponent. Good games. Happy trails. This is my attempt at ending it all for myself. See you in the final match. All right, we're in match 5 against J. Pidor. This is no way to reanimate. I am on the draw, or the play. I don't have a way to reanimate. So I got to mulligan that. This is, if I pitch the Faithless Looting, I use the Chancellor and then immediately play the Chancellor by discarding it, right? No, I don't have a, yes. Okay, I'm going to keep this and hope that Chancellor is good enough. Yep. Reveal the Chancellor. Okay. This is going to be hairy. Wait a minute. I am on the draw. It still might be fine. This may not be a Force of Will deck. It's probably a Force of Will deck. So they broke the bubble that the Chancellor made. Would not have been great if I was on the play. Okay. So we are up to the same plan, right? Boom. Boom. I mean, this is just the all or nothing play. Cast by exiling a card. Exile the unmask. Put Chancellor. And let's hope it's good enough. I mean, they have 6 cards in hand. If any of them are Force of Will, we're just up the creek. Yep. Seagate Restoration. All right. Not looking so good in match 3, or match 5, rather. The good news is so they're going to get all of their value off of this Urza Saga. Well, they just played this to make the construct bigger. Reanimate. Well, this doesn't do anything. So I have to pass. Yep, that's a 3/3. In response to this, I should fetch so they don't Pithing Needle me out of the game. Get a Badlands, and they grab some kind of graveyard hate, I presume. Or a Shadow Spear. It's going to make this game extremely hard to win. Oh, just saga after saga. 5 in the face. I am at 14. Really need some miracle stuff here. I mean, let's see what happens. Well, I'm not taking these. So I am going to... I mean, I have one play available to me. That is getting the Chancellor in play. And I don't think that's good enough. Not at 7. Yeah, this is going to kill me, but whatever. I had to go for it with the Faithless Looting. Maybe I can grab a Gristlebrand or Chancellor of the Annex. Like, this is not going to be good enough. That's a 6/6. They can't put the Shadow Spear on it, but I'm forced to block. That's it. All right, so on to game 2. I'm pretty sure this deck just brings in more Force of Wills. So, want Serenity and Silence. I want these. I have 7 cards. I want everything. I don't think the Exhumes are that important. Do I pull Grief? I feel like I need to punch through somehow. Maybe it's the Silences I don't need. Pull 4 things. Pull a Gristlebrand. I think if I name Artifact, they can't win. Pull an Exhume. I'm just trimming here. Unmask. And Lotus Petal. I mean, that's just in the dark. Maybe it is a show and tell match. I don't think they are a Chalice deck. So maybe that is an argument for show and tell. Or an argument for pulling more of my 1-drops out. I would love to play first. This is another... No, I think I keep this, right? It's not the best, but I think if they see me keep 7, maybe they... I'm all looking for something, or they have everything they need. Okay, so play my land. I think I just Faithless Looting, right? Put those away. And then next turn, maybe I should do this now. Do I unmask now? I'm going to unmask now. It's probably jumping the gun. But I don't want them to have a Grafdigger's Cage or something completely horrific. Counter target non-creature spell. Disturb for 3, which they can do. But they don't have... They can drop a Hull Breacher into play. Huh. I think I have to take Malevolent Hermit. Right? That's going to get me at some point. I'm going to take Malevolent Hermit. I guess I could have also taken Lotus Petal to try to brick their first play. That might have been the move. Yeah, because this... Okay. Baubles in play. Now they have... Well, they see Faithless Looting. That's fine. They have one unknown in hand. They draw an extra card. They have two unknowns in hand. Ugh. While playing the land. Choose a card type. We want protection from that card type. We want protection from that card type. Is it creatures? Do I do this? I mean, this is ballsy, right? To Faithless Looting. Ha! It was on the table. It was on the table and I saw it. I could have taken it. I didn't. So we'll just go ahead and put those in the trash. Oh, man. Punt Central. Look at that. Can Reanimator bail me out? Narset. So we're doubly screwed here. God, I should have just gone. Yep. I should have just gone for the Sarah's Emissary. Protection from creatures. Now we'll never know as I get battered to death by a Hull Breacher that was sitting in my vision. Pro tip, Faithless Looting draws cards. It's a Chancellor of the NX. I mean, at this point, I can save... okay. I could probably concede here, and this would be fine. But clean 6-0 into 3-2. Yep. Yep. Basically got one more turn. I could have just had it. Oh, good times. Yep. Good game to my opponent. Punt Central. We got the one chest. Stay tuned, and I'll come and open it. All right. Went 3-2, 6-0, and into pure sadness. That was Reanimator. I like the deck. Felt good with the deck. I made some terrible plays, especially the last match. I don't know about the fourth match. There was probably a way out that I didn't think of, but the last match I really bungled. So let's open the chest and see what we got. Give me the loot! Give me the loot! Show it to me. Awful. Immortal Phoenix. And 10 play points. Well, a fitting way for it to end. My name is Jeremy. This is Iron Deck. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe. You know how YouTube works. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks.